Might say it's a little bit like that song, My Boyfriend's Back and He's Looking for Trouble. That could be, of course, the mantra describing the former royal known as Prince Harry upon his recent court case over here in the United Kingdom against Mirror Group newspapers. And as everybody has now pointed out, the extension of which he mentioned his ex-girlfriend, Chelsea Daly, was, well, incredible. But according to a very good source, Chelsea herself is less than enamoured as ever. Let me explain. Hi, good morning. Neil Sean here. Nice to see you. Let's have a wave today. You all right? Yeah, you feeling all right? By the way, I saw a message on here the other day, and I'm sure it affects many people. So I just wanted to highlight this, that a lady pointed out that sadly this week she lost her husband of 44 years. Must be incredibly difficult. So for anybody who's going through a very similar situation, let's send out our thoughts and prayers and best wishes, love, all of that sort of stuff, because we've all got our own battles. And, this lovely lady pointed out that she said, just seeing you every day is nice to have some company. And the bottom line was, I know I joke and everything like that, but truly that's what the channel's about. It's about keeping us all connected, and no matter how dark the times are, we do have to find a moment in the day for yourselves just to be able to smile a little bit, forget your worries. But for anybody out there, whether it's an illness or all of those sort of things, just try and remain positive. And the bottom line is, we're all with you. That is the deal. I can genuinely say that from the bottom of my heart. As ever, back to your breaking royal story of the day. Someone who's definitely got a broken heart, clearly, is none other than the former royal Prince Harry. It was really, really obvious, was it not, just how much Chelsea Davy meant to him, and rightly so. Possibly his very first big, love, and then it was all detailed across tabloids. But as we saw with that court case, it's very hard to work out exactly where that particular information came from. I mean, some of it came from the palace itself via press releases of certain events they were attending. Chelsea herself has spoken to very good sources of mine and said that she knew exactly what she was getting into, because everybody would dissect exactly what she was wearing, eyeshadow, clothes, all of that sort of thing. She knew the life that could be for her. Obviously, Prince Harry, had a few elements, moments and stuff like that. But it's interesting to note, as what happened with Prince Harry earlier this year when he released his book Spare, and then he released that terrible story about the poor lady who'd had his very first experience with, shall we say, and then she was thrust into the limelight. No warning, didn't in fact give her any warning and say, by the way, I've included you in the book. It wouldn't be that difficult just to simply warn it in advance. According to a very good source, very close to Chelsea Davy, who is now happily married with child and thriving with her own jewellery business, very successful entrepreneur is Chelsea. Well, she's unhappy, as one can imagine, because once again, the spotlight is back on her life for all the wrong reasons. And as she pointed out to this source, it's a life that she left behind and is quite happy to draw that line under. She looks back at it with teenage fondness, as many people would. But again, you see, Prince Harry has invaded someone else's privacy, trashed over their life, literally on the world stage, without a hint of an apology, or indeed, allegedly, pointing out to her that this could be the case. Not being in contact, not being in touch, but once again, thrown that particular individual back into a thrusting spotlight without their permission. And according to that very good source, this won't be forgotten too easily. And more importantly, with Harry dwindling with the friendship circle as it is, you would have thought he may have learned something of a lesson. Seemingly not. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.